Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's just a quick video because basically I've been getting a lot of people recently asking me the exact same question, and it's regarding the humidity for White's tree frogs. So in today's video I just want to talk a bit about that and hopefully clear up some confusion around this, because I've noticed there's a lot of misinformation out there. So let's have a chat about it so then you guys can provide best humidity levels for your White's tree frogs. So white tree frogs are native to Australia and New Guinea, so therefore they are native to hot climates. So they are very used to experiencing high temperatures of around 32 degrees Celsius and sometimes even higher. Now, a lot of people get white tree frog humidity wrong just purely because most species of frogs need high levels of humidity. On top of that, if you actually Google white tree frog humidity, it will come up and it will say it needs to be between 50 to 80% humidity, and unfortunately this is what's most likely misleading people. Unlike other species of frogs, these guys don't need as much humidity, and providing 50 to 80% humidity 24/7 could lead to a few problems, but we'll talk about that more in a second. So what should their humidity be then? Well, White's tree frogs humidity should be roughly between 30 and 50% humidity for the majority of the time. Now personally, I've found that 30 to 40% humidity is the nice sweet spot for your pet White's tree frog. And then occasionally I would recommend boosting that humidity to around 50 to 60% humidity, but personally I wouldn't go any higher than this. So like I say, I'd recommend keeping the humidity within 30 to 40% for the majority of the time, and this humidity range is going to be perfect for your pet White's tree frog. Now, to maintain my humidity, what I tend to do is mist my enclosure down once every other day, and sometimes once every 2 to 3 days. Now, we'll be honest, this might be a game of trial and error for you, because what works for me might not work for you where you live. But I've personally found that every 2 to 3 days, I'll have to mist my enclosure to boost the humidity back up. And once I mist the enclosure, it usually boosts the humidity to around 50%, and sometimes occasionally it will boost it to around 60%. Now, when I do mist my enclosures, what I tend to do is I do it at night time, and then overnight the humidity will drop down to around 40%. And what I then do is I just leave it, I don't mist the enclosure, and over a day or two you'll notice that the humidity will start creeping down to around 30%. And once it's been at 30% for a good sort of day, that's when I would then mist the enclosure again, boost that humidity back up. Now, when you do come round to misting your enclosure, please make sure that you don't over mist it, because the more that you mist the enclosure, the more humidity it's going to create. So all you really need is just a really quick, gentle mist, and that will be enough to boost that humidity up, providing that you've given the correct temperature range. And what happens when you over mist the enclosure, it'll basically boost it to like 80 to 90% humidity. And this is obviously going to be detrimental to your White's tree frog over a long period of time, especially if they were exposed to this humidity range 24/7. So like I say, just a gentle mist, just like this, and that's all you really need. Also, make sure that you don't saturate the substrate, because your substrate is going to naturally hold and retain humidity, and therefore if your substrate is too wet, it's going to make your humidity a lot higher. So definitely try and avoid saturating your substrate if you're able to. Obviously, if the frog's being exposed to high humidity levels, this in the long run can lead to things like a respiratory infection, which again we obviously don't want for our pet frogs. Now, going back to how I said that I have to mist my enclosures every 2 to 3 days, you might find that your humidity drops a lot slower than mine does, and you might be able to push that to every sort of 3 to 4 days. So again, this will definitely be a game of trial and error for you, but like I say, if you want my honest opinion, the sweet spot is around 30 to 40% humidity, but as long as you're within 30 to 50% for the majority of the time, your White's tree frog is going to be able to live happily and comfortably, and they should be able to thrive with this level of humidity. And last of all, to test the humidity within inside your enclosure, I'd recommend getting yourself a hygrometer. This one's a dial version which you just stick inside the enclosure, and that will tell you the humidity, or you can get digital versions like this one, and this too will show you the humidity readings inside the enclosure. So I hope this video has given you a better idea on how to approach humidity with your White's tree frogs, and I hope that this breaks up some confusion from online. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. If you like this video, don't forget to drop us a like to let me know that you enjoyed the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're nearly at 2k now, and also make sure to follow us on social media. That's it for today's video, guys. I shall see you in the next video. See ya!